You just ain't like you ain't like reading on a freaking college level, man. That's all it really is. What I'm saying it's just like you know. That's why I mean I don't know. That's like Dolo who was saying you can eat meat and it don't matter if you eat meat, but when you say it don't matter, it's like what exactly do you mean, bruh? Like basically what you're saying is there's a standard, and that this is the formula or this is the route. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically this is where's the destination. This is something we're trying to do, something we gotta be. And you telling me that basically, oh, I could take that route, I could take this route. It don't matter. It all end up in the same place. That's what you're literally saying when you say it don't matter. And what I'm trying to tell you is, yeah, it don't matter. We all end up in the same place. But I mean, do you want to get there quicker? You feel me? Like you only got one life. You go. You know what I mean? The body will deteriorate. You feel me? And eating meat don't help the body not deteriorate. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is like, dude, like that's what I'm basically trying to tell a dude. It's like no, bro. It's like, would you want to take the path that's like freaking hard and bumpy and whatnot? We're freaking, under walkway bridges that are freaking flooded and stuff, and there's mud and there's not even sidewalks. You know what I'm saying? There's heavy traffic. People are driving crazy. Or would you want to take the perfectly, wide sidewalk that's in the middle of a grass field with trees and it's clouds in the sky covering the shining sun. There's a breeze going by. There's water. There's people playing in the grass with their dogs and stuff. Would you want to take that route? Like it's like and the other one's quicker. It goes directly there. You ain't got to go around a big building or something, a mountain. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro. That's what I'm just saying. Like, it's like, what do you talk about? Like, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, but then it's like, you have to ask yourself, like, once again, like, why, you have to ask yourself, why do you care? You know what I'm saying? Like, vegans are extremists. Okay, yeah, they're extremists. Okay, we could say that. Let's say that's the case. Okay, hypothetically speaking, let's say that's the case. It's like, okay, then, okay, but like, you know, if they're extremists, extreme to, once again, the what standard? You feel what I'm trying to say? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if you want to be a pro basketball player, right? Guarantee you hitting the courts every day. I don't play basketball like that. So to me, that basketball player or a person that's trying to be a basketball player is an extremist when it comes to playing basketball. It just depends on what just the standard is. You see what I'm saying? So what is the standard we're talking about? Health? Okay then, so how you gonna turn around and say that somebody's vegan is vitamin deficient? How much vitamins and minerals and nutrients can you get from beef, pork, and chicken, which is usually the animals that most people eat, or I would just say in this case, Americans eat? They eating chicken, beef, or pork. Period. If they're eating seafood, it's either some type of fish, which is more or less tilapia, or tuna, barely that. I mean, but seriously though, and crab and shrimp. That's the only things that they eat. How much nutrients can you really get from sustained from that? You're not. You feel me? Like you're not getting clean energy from that, man. You full of it. You're not getting all the medicinal properties. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, the fiber, let alone the fiber, the hydration of the water from fruits. You're not getting any hydration when you eating that. I mean, when you break it down, just think about it. Stomach acid, hot, boiling stomach acid. You feel me? And then at the same time, you got this meat that goes in there. But besides that, think about the fruits. The cooling sensation of fruits into your body. You know how it feels. You feel more hydrated. You feel cooled down. You know what I'm saying? Like how is that? It just inflames your body up. So it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like you're not making any sense when you're saying all this type of stuff. I'm not saying go vegan. It ain't about that. Like I said before, it's like this freaking breatharians. They don't even eat food. How you get on a certain level, some of y'all can't even perceive that. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about, you know? You know what I mean? So it's like when people saying like it don't matter, it's the vibratory frequency you put into the food. That is true. I can agree with you on that level. You feel what I'm saying? I can completely agree with you. That is true. On a fourth, fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional type of mentality, thought process, yeah, it's gonna be, you know, you can have a good, it's a vibratory frequency you put into the foods. That is true, but the reality is this, you know, you live in a human body, you know, and it don't matter, you know, what about to say? Basically, this, bro. Like, you have when you come back to the human body, there's certain human fleshly things you have to let go. And when you doing certain things, it just really like weighs you back down because it's like, okay, what's the situation? The situation is a whole bunch of small events, right, coming together, right, that has like a beginning, a middle, and an end. And what does it end on? It ends on a note that puts you into a certain like way of life or living situation. You're literally it's like a situation starts off right where things basically start to change. Then you're in the middle of it trying to basically go back to what it used to be, right? But you can't, and so now you have to get used to this situation, and that's how it usually ends. You have to get used to living like this. That's what the situation is. Think about a situation like anything. You get into a car accident, right? It starts off right with the accident. Something changes. You're not trying to change, so now you're just in there contemplating like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. Why is it happening? Why can't I go back? That's what you're constantly thinking. You know what I'm saying? But then you have to get used to it. So then you decide to figure out how you're going to deal with it. Maybe you have to, and then it ends on one note where maybe you have to go pay, insurance. You got to, call this person. You got to get the car towed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it fixed. These are the situations I'm talking about. That's the situation. So you put yourself in these situations or whatever, right? And completely those situations alter you. And so when you want to get altered, it's like you want to get altered in a way where you vibe it higher. Those things are going to put you back into situations that are low vibratory situations. And you can't say it's only okay if you got like, spirit money. If you can like pay it off. If you vibing high, that's true. But you still losing money. You see what I'm trying to say? You still lose. It's like what you're doing is it's weighing you down. It's still weighing you down. You see what I'm saying? It's still weighing you down. So it doesn't help to be weighed down. So to sit there and constantly be weighing down, constantly being weighed down, is not a good thing. That's why it's like if you go. I'm not saying you can't eat meat. I'm not saying you can't do anything. You can do whatever you want to do, honestly. But what I'm trying to say is when you you get to this point, it ain't like something you gotta be like doing like that. If you're trying to vibe high, then it's like you shouldn't be really doing something like that. You should really be like eating meat every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be trying to like go out and go seek to get meat. You know what I mean? It really should be like a circumstance, situations that you just be in or whatever. It shouldn't be something you like want aspired to go do like that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's basically what I'm at. It's like I'm not saying, but all the excuses, you know what I'm saying? I looked on Reddit, like why do people get offended by vegans or whatever? It's like we heard, some video, some dude saying vegans are extremists and like, you know, they're gosh dang vitamin deficient. Like vitamin deficient? Come on, man. You just being you really just being immature, man. Like just be real with the situation. It's not like it's not a side. You don't pick. There's no sides. Like you know what I mean. Like you're being unnecessary right now. Just look at the real situation. It's just like check it out. It's not like it's just weird, man. It's like I don't understand. Like it's just like why are you like what do you like? What are you really saying? Like, why are you saying what you're saying? Like, you trying to tell people like, I feel like you're just making excuses for your own inadequacy. The fact that you don't understand what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like that's all it really is. Personally, for you, when it comes to just you, like you don't really understand what they're doing, and you just wondering why they're doing what they're doing because you know maybe they do know what they're talking about, and maybe you should be doing that, but you just don't want to do it. You know, it's like a fat person sitting there. They want to look like, or they want to reap the benefits, right, in society, or whatever that a person that has muscles, gets or whatever. Because my brother, he works out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Muscles. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't get angry at him and start making excuses and be like, oh, like, well, he's extreme. He hits the gym every day. Like, so what? You know what I'm saying? If that's what it takes, you know what I'm saying? Then that's what it takes. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's what we have to live in. Living in the human body, it's like we have to go through these circumstances and situations. You know what I'm saying? Because situations have certain outcomes. Anyway, it goes back to the notion the ends justify the means, like, So it's like you got to go through what you got to go through in this physical realm that we live in to reap the benefits that you want. You know what I'm saying? And on a spiritual level, you know what I'm saying, once you have these revelations about what you need, how you see things, right? There's certain things that you just don't really want to find yourself doing anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's just all I'm saying. Like it's all it is. And if you do find yourself in those situations, one, you got to question, okay, why am I back here? What am I not doing? And then you have to also realize, like, hey, like, only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Take it day by day. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about the motivation in your own mind, how you want to do things. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, in other words, he's just not on that level yet. But you got to keep an open mind. That's all I'm going to say for this one, though. You know what I'm saying? All right.